Hello, comic book junkies. It's the Frog Queen here, and today I'm coming at you with another comic book review. Today I'm talking about Die, the series to date. This was, of course, Image Comics. Yeah, I've been reading a lot of Image as usual. Anyways, I guess we'll just dive right in. Yesterday, I got caught up on Die, Volume 1, which came out back in June. And yes, I know how awful you think I am for not taking the time to read it until now. It's been hyped quite a bit. Well, I'm going to be honest, I've never been a real big fan of Kieran Gillen. Kieran Gillen, oh my god, can't even say his name. Unlike the rest of the comic book world, who pretty much worships him and everything he does, my dislike started back when I first read Phonogram. The entire book left just like a really awful taste in my mouth because, well, it felt so dishonest to me as a female musician and who was in the music industry for a long time. Um, it's like, let's throw the magic stuff out of the equation, but the idea that like women have power in the music industry was just like absolutely ridiculous to me. And that's what made it feel so truly dishonest. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Let's move on. It just marred my experience with him, and I just kind of felt like he was kind of sexist, as a writer. I mean, this was years ago too, but anyway, doesn't matter. Throwing that out the window. I decided to read Die because people kept talking about it, and try to distance myself from past books by Gillen that I didn't like. So, this article isn't about those other books. I'm choosing to look at Die without involving my feelings of the stories prior to this one. I am even willing to bet that I'm the only person who took those other stories the way that I did. I've written articles on them though, and you can find them published on my website, thefrogqueen.com. So, what did I think of Die? Drum roll, please. I didn't hate it. I actually found it pretty fun. As someone who played an awful lot of pencil and paper RPG games without all the fancy figurines, of course, I just desperately wanted to be like a Glitter Boy character in every game of Rifts, like ever, and no dungeon master would let me do that. The story brought me back to a lot of fun games with friends, obviously, as a big fan of RPGs. Of course, in this story, the friends are sucked into another dimension where a game master literally controls the world and the lives of everyone in it, including the player. My RPG games never went that way, much to my great sadness. So, all the main characters go over to their friend Solomon's house for a game, and he presents them with these special die. And they all get sucked into this world. They're gone for 2 years. Only 5 of the group members return while their friend Solomon remains trapped in the world, and they don't know much about the world in terms of like whether it's real, if all the people who populate it are also stolen from Earth, or if it's some fantasy realm that has no real impact on anyone besides them. They do have crazy awesome powers and new bodies in this world. And our storyteller and main character, Ash, is actually a dude on Earth. This awesome, like, blonde, Viking metal-looking fellow created this, like, bombshell character, which is who he turns into when he's unknowingly plunged into the realm. Trapped for all time. Well, as I said, they get out after 2 years. When he gets out, he's a guy again. The details of that are, like, that harrowing story. They're slipped through you in volume 1. So of course the 5 of them are plunged back once again into the realm, and I guess a story based solely on what happens after the adventure isn't that much fun, which is why they are thrown back into this realm that they were stuck in for 2 years. I mean, I kind of wanted to see like how they dealt with the trauma. But no, that's not really the point of this story. So there is some fun playing around with Ash. He's a character whose gender changes. The possibilities are kind of endless, and I'm started having like flashbacks to like Ranma one half or whatever. And of course, this story is nothing like Ranma. There's a lot of drama that can't be settled with creative dueling, and the characters actually get mortally wounded or die. So it's not like they're kind of indestructible or, easily patched up like in Ranma. So here we are 6 issues in. I'm starting to get like a decent idea of who these characters are, and there's a lot of drama and action happening at the same time. And I mean, this is what one needs in their escapism, isn't it? I'm interested in how these guys are going to get themselves out of the realm this time. I do want to know more about the realm itself. Is it a distant planet, a universe, or an actual like Jumanji board? What is it? That kind of curiosity is what kept me watching Lost, like long after I should have given up. So I can only hope that Gillen intends to slip us the good stuff that we want and not merely use like the smoke monster to entice us into like 6 seasons of story without a satisfying explanation. There is a real good catch. Sorry, I'm petting the dog. A real good catch, of course, to explain why the Band of 5 cannot simply leave the realm the same way they had the last time. The trouble is, they all have to agree to leave, and at the same time, and they don't agree. In fact, a couple actually prefer to stay in the Weird Dai universe, and like, why not? Because superpowers, dragons, beautiful elves, magic, and like as heroes, they have hotties like constantly throwing themselves at them. I would prefer to stay in that realm. And then, not to mention, they've got like an endless supply of beer, apparently. So, I mean, I'm down for all that. So, how do they get out of this one? And how much time will pass in the real world while they're there? You'll have to read to find out. Dai is going to be an ongoing series, according to Image. So, with the success of Gillen's past series, I think we can expect that this will be like a long haul comic. So, if you're looking for a new ongoing series and you just, can't take the heartbreak of another canceled Image series that was supposed to be ongoing, I think you've got a safe bet with Dai. So, add it to your pull list and expect things to get like a little darker, I wager. Things are going to get dark. People are going to die, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, well, thank you so much for joining me for another comic book review. You can follow me on here, obviously, subscribe to my channel. Check out thefrogqueen.com, which is also Blogger, so you can follow me if you're a Blogger person. Instagram is at @the_frog_queen. And of course, we've got Twitter, which is just @thefrogqueen. So, yeah. Follow me, talk to me, tell me what you think of Dai. I'm curious. Are you liking it? Are you not? I haven't read enough of other people's reviews about this particular series. I don't like doing that until after I've kind of like solidified like how I feel about something. And Teddy keeps squirming. So, gonna say goodbye, Teddy? Say goodbye to the nice people. Bye. All right, until next time, read something good.